Actor Jeremy Irons once said, "What takes us back to the past is the memories, but what brings us forward is our dreams." Being editor of the yearbook my senior year, I've been surrounded with the idea of reflections and how important they are to build one's future. So I saw it fit to carry this idea through to the very end of our experience here at Petal High. Looking back on these past 4 years, many of us have asked the same questions countless times. Why am I here? When am I actually going to use this? Or what Mr. Kirby's been saying to our class for the last few weeks, so when does this bell ring? Looking back, we realize that all we worried about is how fast we can get out and move to the next big thing, adulthood. But what most of us didn't realize during our rush to this finish line we call graduation is that we shouldn't have been rushing at all, but taking our time, so that the reflections we do have of these past 4 years are vivid and memorable. We see graduation and a diploma as a finish line, but as we move on to college or work, we realize that it's only just a checkpoint. On this race we call high school, we sped through our freshman year, listening to upperclassmen tell us our next class was either upstairs or next to the pool. At 14 or 15 years old, we were all on that awkward stage, that stage that includes the pictures we all cringe at, and we say, "How did my parents let me leave the house looking like that?" We all couldn't wait for that to end. Then we ran up on our sophomore year. For some of us, that was the year that we were introduced to the long, stressful work called Coach Thompson's portfolios. And it's also the time we realized the full consequences of procrastination. Then we jogged up to our junior year, which myself and many others honestly believed would be the death of us, and my family can vouch for that idea. At that point, we were all dying to reach that senior year, with all the senior privileges, like going to lunch 2 minutes early or only coming to school to 3 or 4 classes a day. Finally, we walk up on our senior year. We had our senior parties, took full advantage of the phrase seniority, and actually realized that the teachers and faculty at Petal High aren't just there for a paycheck, but there to watch us mature and grow as students. It may have taken us 4 years to realize that, but now, as we watch them smile at each of us as we walk across the stage, we understand the love they actually have for us. Now we've reached the end of our run through high school, and we look back and wonder where it went. Like I saw many of you do your last day, we took our last victory lap through the halls of Petal High School and actually felt a hint of sadness, knowing that we're moving on. But at the same time, we smile because we've accomplished so much. We've set records and left our mark, making sure that Petal High School will never forget the class of 2014. So as we reflect on the past 4 years, I hope you all smile. As students, we've made choices, and the consequences, whether good or bad, were carried out. It's reflecting back on the past that allows us to either boast of our achievements or somberly dwell on our failures. However, whether we're proud of the decisions we've made or wish we could go back in time to do it all over again, things happen for a reason, and people are placed in our lives to help us carry on our journey. On that note, I have a long list of special people I'd like to thank, but I'll do my best to keep it short and sweet. Of course, I'd like to thank Superintendent Dr. Buchanan, the school board, Mr. Simmons, and the many teachers that have led us on these past 12 years. To the school district we've grown up with, it wouldn't be the same without each of you. Also, I'd like to thank the friends that have always been there for us each step of the way. Whether it was to go along with a stupid idea or to finally tell one of us how stupid that idea was. You all definitely made our school years ones to remember. And finally, I'd like to thank my family. First to my dad. I know we butt heads, and I haven't always been thankful for the tough love you've given me when I needed a good wake-up call. But I know that you pushing me was exactly what I needed to reach my full potential. To my mom, you've always been so gracious and forgiving, even when I didn't deserve it. You've always been the level-headed voice I need, and I thank you for always showing me the true meaning of a mother's love. And finally, to my brother Seth, I know we have our moments, not always agreeing, or just simply getting under each other's skin. But whether you realize it or not, you're my role model and my best friend, and I wouldn't be who I am today without you in my life. As I finish my own reflection of the year, I hope that as a part of the pride of Petal, you all reflect on the laughs you've had, the tears you've shed, and the memories you've collected. While we remember not only these past 4 years, but also the childhood we've all spent together, remember not to live in the past, but learn from it, and carry on to make a brighter future. for there will always be a reflection to help guide your way. Before I say goodbye, I have one last memory to make for my time here at Petal. Being editor of the yearbook, everyone's seen me around school taking pictures of special memories for the student body. So I believe there's only one way to appropriately end these memories. Y'all smile. Congratulations, class of 2014. And remember, keep it classy.